What separates high achievers from everyone else? Is it talent, luck, or something darker? Welcome to this deep dive into the psychology of high achievers. Over the next hour, we'll uncover the hidden mental frameworks, the shadowy tactics, and the dark psychology strategies that drive extraordinary success. By the end, you'll see success in a completely new light, and you'll understand how achievers use both light and shadow to dominate. Part 1. Foundations of high achievement. High achievers are not born, they are built. Their psychology is forged through obsession, resilience, and relentless pursuit of goals. One of the most powerful traits they share is the growth mindset, the belief that skills and intelligence can be developed. This mindset allows them to embrace challenges, persist through setbacks, and see effort as the path to mastery. Another foundation is delayed gratification. Think of the famous marshmallow test, where children who resisted temptation achieved greater success later in life. High achievers master this principle. They sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term reward. Their brains are also shaped by cognitive biases. Optimism bias keeps them moving forward, even when odds are against them. Confirmation bias helps them reinforce their vision. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, allows them to build habits that become second nature. Pause for a moment. Think about the hardest thing you've ever achieved. What mindset carried you through? That's the foundation of achievement. Part 2. Dark psychology tactics. Now, let's step into the shadows. High achievers don't just rely on discipline. Many use psychological manipulation, knowingly or unknowingly, to stay ahead. Gaslighting is one tactic. By making competitors doubt themselves, achievers weaken their rivals without lifting a finger. Social proof manipulation is another. By exaggerating success, they create the illusion of dominance, forcing others to follow. Fear appeal is powerful. Leaders often motivate teams by instilling fear of failure. Neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP, is used in negotiations to subtly influence outcomes. Think of influencers who curate perfect lives online. They are not just sharing, they're controlling perception. Corporate leaders who intimidate rivals aren't just competing, they're manipulating psychology. Have you ever felt someone was pulling your strings without you realizing it? That's dark psychology at work. Part 3. Manipulation and influence in success. Success isn't only about hard work. It's about influence, and influence often comes from exploiting psychological triggers. Robert Cialdini identified 6 principles of persuasion: reciprocity, scarcity, authority, consistency, liking, and social proof. High achievers use these constantly. Reciprocity: give something small, and people feel compelled to give back. Scarcity: limit access, and desire skyrockets. Authority: project expertise, and people obey. Consistency: get small commitments, then escalate. Liking: charm people into agreement. Social proof shows popularity, and others follow. Luxury brands thrive on scarcity. Marketers thrive on urgency. Politicians thrive on authority. These are not coincidences. They are psychological strategies. Part 4. The hidden costs of achievement. But here's the truth achievers rarely admit. Success comes at a cost: burnout, loneliness, paranoia. These are the shadows behind the spotlight. Imposter syndrome haunts even the most successful. Perfectionism drives them to exhaustion. Machiavellian thinking, the belief that ends justify means, corrodes relationships and ethics. Would you sacrifice peace of mind for greatness? Many achievers already have. Their victories are often built on sleepless nights, broken relationships, and inner battles. Part 5. Rewiring your own mind. So how can you use these insights ethically, without falling into the dark side? First, build resilience. Use visualization and affirmations to train your brain. Second, practice emotional intelligence. Understand your emotions and those of others. Third, learn to spot manipulation tactics. When someone tries to influence you, pause and Ask, whose agenda is this? You can harness the psychology of success without exploiting others. The key is awareness. Awareness turns manipulation into mastery. Part 6. The power of obsession. Obsession, it's a word we fear, and yet it's the fuel behind every extraordinary achievement. High achievers don't dabble, they dive. They don't balance, they burn. Their minds lock onto a goal with laser precision, and everything else fades into the background. This isn't casual ambition, it's compulsive focus. It's waking up at 3 a.m. with ideas. It's skipping parties, ignoring trends, and sacrificing comfort for progress. Obsession is the engine, and in the world of high achievers, obsession isn't a flaw, it's a feature. But obsession has a dark side. It can isolate, it can blind, it can consume. The question is, can you harness it without letting it destroy you? Part 7. The psychology of risk. High achievers don't just take risks, they calculate them. They understand that risk is not recklessness. It's leverage. It's the art of betting on yourself when the odds say no. Psychologically, risk triggers fear, but achievers reframe fear as fuel. They use adrenaline to sharpen focus. They use uncertainty to spark innovation. They don't wait for permission. They create opportunity. Think of Elon Musk risking everything on SpaceX, or Oprah walking away from safety to build her empire. Risk isn't a gamble. It's a strategy, and the psychology behind it. Controlled chaos. Part 8. The role of identity. Success isn't just about what you do. It's about who you believe you are. High achievers build identities around excellence. They don't say, I want to succeed. They say, I'm the kind of person who succeeds. This identity becomes a psychological anchor. It drives behavior, shapes decisions, and filters distractions. When failure comes, and it always does, identity keeps them grounded. They don't crumble, they recalibrate. But identity can also trap. When your worth is tied to achievement, every setback feels personal. That's the paradox. The stronger the identity, the deeper the vulnerability. Part 9. The influence game. High achievers don't just chase goals. They shape environments. They understand influence, not as manipulation, but as momentum. They build tribes, craft narratives, and engineer perception. They use language strategically. They master timing. They know when to speak, and when silence speaks louder. Influence is a psychological dance, and the best achievers, they lead without force. But influence has shadows. When used unethically, it becomes control. When used blindly, it breeds echo chambers. True mastery lies in influence with integrity. Part 10. Legacy and the final mindset. At the end of the road, high achievers ask one question: what will I leave behind? Legacy is the final layer of psychology. It's the shift from success to significance. Some build empires, others build movements, but all seek impact, and that impact begins in the mind, in the stories they tell, the values they live, and the people they elevate. The final mindset isn't about winning, it's about meaning. It's about using everything: obsession, risk, identity, influence, to create something that outlives you. So ask yourself, what will your legacy be? And are you ready to shape it? Starting now, high achievers rise not only because of discipline, but because they understand, and sometimes exploit, the psychology of success. Now you know their secrets. The question is, how will you use them? If this opened your eyes, subscribe and share this with someone chasing success. And don't miss our next deep dive: the psychology of persuasion and how to use it ethically. Remember, success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about how you shape the minds around you.